So I cleaned the dog poop just now, and I know that you're thinking that is an excellent story. I really super appreciate you telling me about it, and you are welcome. You are welcome. The reason why this is important is because it's not my job. I do not clean the dog poo. That is my husband's job. He chose it. He said, yes, I will take the dogs. I will clean up after the dogs. I will feed them, water them, take them to the vet. And he did for a good 2 months there. And then the engine lost steam, which is what happens with most home improvement projects around here. And it really was a home improvement project. A couple of years ago, I found out about and read The Fair Play Method by Eve Rodsky. It was one of the many life-changing things I found on TikTok. And I learned that, good grief, we are doing a lot. Like, we know we're doing a lot, right? The women who are running the household, raising the kids, doing all this stuff, we are doing a lot. And we know that. But when you actually write it down and you see how much it is, and we're not talking about just the real basic stuff that is easy to see. We are talking mental management, emotional load, the physical labor, and then also a lot of us are the primary caregivers. So when we write that all down and we detail it out, it is surprising that we are still standing. I felt like it was such a positive book. It is about creating a harmonious home. This is not pointing the finger at anybody. This is saying, hey, there's a problem. Let's fix it. And in a way, it looks at your household like a business and really breaks down all of the jobs and responsibilities so that people can actually do them. And you have top-down ownership. And I think that is the most important thing to point out. In general, ownership, super big deal for me. And we will talk about that another time. But for your household, ownership matters because when you own the product, when you own what needs to happen, you own all of it, start to finish. So it's concept, planning, and execution. And that's important because that's how we are going to find relief from the mental management. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. We are constantly thinking about what hasn't been done, what needs to be done, and what might be coming up. Like it is this perpetual circus in my brain. After I told my husband about the book I read and how it could help us find more harmony and more balance in our home, and that I would be happier. In fact, everybody would be happier because everybody would know exactly what they're doing and there would be no questions. He said he would absolutely be on board. Let's do it. So we went to a coffee shop. We grabbed a couple of notebooks and I actually got the Fair Play cards. I'm going to link both the book and the cards below. But you don't need that because you know what you do. One of the things I have my clients work on if we're trying to get more things done and we just feel frazzled is to track your time. And when you track your time, you get to see exactly what you're doing. You could do the same sort of thing with this. For a few days, track everything you do, make a list, and I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind. So we divvied up all the jobs and we chose based on availability. I work from home. So it does make sense that I do many of the jobs that I don't want to do. He, however, has to go into work, so he is gone for longer periods of time. But as with most couples, most households, that weekend is like the time, and that's usually when the bigger projects get done, and which is kind of unfortunate because I feel like that in itself is a little bit of an imbalance. I would rather knock out one big project every weekend than do a bunch of these like little ones all day long, every day, and have my brain just constantly going. But this is the reality we live in. So we're trying to work with what we have. So after you divide everything up and people take their jobs and they decide that they have ownership, then you go about your business. And one of the key steps, and this is where our system failed, you need to regroup. You need to check in and see how things are going. I think she said like every quarter or something, or maybe once a month. Well, we didn't do that. And that's how I came to be the semi-owner or the co-owner of the dog poop job. Initially, this worked really well. He was doing the jobs that he signed up for. But for some reason, this one job, and it literally is this one job, just slips through the cracks for him. I don't know what it is, but I was reminding him. And I got tired of that very, very fast because the whole idea of this program, of this system, was for me to alleviate some of that mental management. So then I was just like, it's just easier to do it myself. And that is exactly what we're not supposed to do. But I learned my lesson. We have gone back. We had done our check-in. We are back on track. Where we land on the dog poop now is a variation of top-down ownership, meaning he still owns it top down. So if it needs to get done and he can't do it, he needs to ask for help. I really do love this system. I think it's fantastic, but for me and our family, it falls a little bit short of what I need and what would work best for us. First thing I did was create a spreadsheet. I want to have one place with everything on it. I want the jobs, the ownership, the due date, and how to do it. This is important because I'm looping my kids in on this action. This is a family affair, and I don't want anybody saying, oh, but I can't do that because I don't know how. So every job has a detailed description, and if it's a more complicated job, I link to a document that explains it all with photos and stuff, and something simple like setting up for Christmas. I am the director of the Christmas decorations. I know where all the stuff is, and I know where it goes. But last Christmas, I documented step by step where everything goes, and I included pictures. This is a level of detail I need to release that mental management and to trust that that job is going to get done. And the best part about it is I don't have to sit there and babysit. If that job is not done the way it's supposed to be done, I don't have to show them how to do it. I can just say, hey, check the list. The instructions are all there. I seriously wish I had this system and the fair play method. Oh my gosh, ages ago. I mean, ideally, I would have had the fair play method before I got married because that would have just helped so much. Just set the tone, set expectations, because that's what we're really talking about here. We're talking about having very clear expectations and very clear boundaries and knowing how to hold the line. If you have not heard about the Fair Play method, please check it out. It is so clear. It is so simple. It has made such a huge difference in helping me release control. So in a weird way, it's less about other people and more about me. I've linked to a couple articles as well as the book and the cards, so you can go learn some more. If you're talking about spending any amount of time doing something, spend the time to solve the problem. That's going to pay off down the road. But if we've learned anything from my dog poop experience, we've got to have follow-ups. We have to make sure that we are doing what we said we were going to do. And if not, what needs to change?